Hello once again, everyone, and welcome to the Sanctuary. Once again, we're playing Final Fantasy XIV Dawntrail, and tonight, well, patch 7.16 just released today. And as such, we finally have the conclusion of the Dawntrail role questline. Sorry, I need some water. There it is. So, for those of you just joining us in Final Fantasy and don't know what this is, these are the quests that unlock after you've done all the other available role quest lines. So you basically have to become a combat mentor if you want to get to this part of the quest line. But as you can see, we are missing 5 distinct NPCs who we've cleared out one by one with our completion of each of the role quest lines. Tank, physical DPS, ranged physical DPS, magic DPS, and healer. I'm kind of drawing a blank on the quest line at the moment, so I gotta come back a little bit to remind myself. Because if I don't, I am going to regret it. Anyways, so the story so far, we have been dealing with a very terrible group of villains by the name of, or how should I put it? We've been dealing with the past members of the Passage of the Unbound, who stole some precious artifacts from various villages in Rral. Having defeated them, we've returned the artifacts to their rightful owners. But there is one person who remains unaccounted for. Apiahi, the so-called leader of the Passage of the Unbound. Now, normally I would spin the wheel of whatever for these last 4 quests as far as the patch notes are concerned, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm actually going to deck out my character, Chris Valentine, in the 4 jobs that I enjoyed leveling the most. So to start off with, oh, that you, Aria? Oh, what's up?
I just got a call from Coterie saying something about mount farming.
This is the first I'm hearing about it.
She said that everybody kind of just crapped out and we were just supposed to try again tonight.
I mean, I can once I'm done with this. It's only 4 quests, so
yeah. Once, I mean,
y'all start without me and I'll let you know when I'm done.
well, they're good right now. She popped on to check and make sure things were up, and I'm like, I don't know. And she's like, yeah, I see he's streaming.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna pop over and find out what's going on.
Okay.
Oh, I love you.
Love you too.
Bye.
Where was I? Oh yeah, Passage of the Unbound. So normally I spin the wheel of jobs for shit like this, but I'm actually going to complete each of these quests with one job that jobs that I enjoyed leveling throughout their 90 to 100 range. And I'm gonna start with a job that feels like an old suit that I never have an occasion to wear, and that is monk. Now, for those at the risk of sounding like a broken record, for those of you who have been watching me since the beginning, I started out as a monk. And even now, monk is so much fun to play, even with the changes and the fury gauge. It just works out. But anyways, we got work to do, so let's talk to Rral Majun and get on with it with the first quest in our journey, the level 100 quest, picking up the torch. Chris, so good to see you. I was hoping you would pay us a visit. The Landsguard received word from the various nations you visited in your search for the treasures and requested that we inform you of the latest tidings. They also send their earnest gratitude for your efforts. It seems each of the 5 criminals has been brought into custody, although some had to be tracked down after you trounced them. They now await the judgment of the governments they wronged. I thought all was well, until I overheard some customers saying that the Passage of the Unbound had new leaders. The shop was so busy that I couldn't find a chance to speak with them before they left, but I felt compelled to report what I heard to the Landsguard. It was a sobering reminder that as long as their leader Apiahi is free, she can rebuild and scheme again. You must have learned about the organization's workings during your search. Do you remember anything that might help us find out what she's up to? Each of her leaders was carefully selected from different regions. I see. So there was a method to her recruitment. That's the reason she might rely on it again. The Landsguard also managed to dig up information. One of those apprehended said the Passage of the Unbound received their funds from a shady mercantile outfit located in Ul'dah. I have an idea. If Apiahi really is recruiting new members, we could feign interest in her cause to get close to her. You're stupid. Might be onto something. We even know a man she's never had the pleasure of meeting. Chris. You're stupid. I know we're asking a lot from you, but any information you extract from Apiahi and her new cohorts could prevent further incidents. What do you say? Desperate times, I suppose. We're very grateful. Small warning, however. We know 5 treasures were stolen, but there could be more. Whatever you do, don't treat Apiahi lightly. I suggest finding out what power she has at her disposal and what her goals are before you make your move. Which reminds me, those you aided are most eager to see Apiahi apprehended. We'll tell them you're hot on her trail. For now, why don't you travel to Ul'dah and ask around? Perhaps our quarry has already tried to recruit the disillusioned into her ranks. Great, I can already see that this is going to involve the Alamegans in some way. Or some kind of refugee. Let's see now. Looks like we're headed to the Steps of Thal. All of them are at the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. The Lalas are still at it in Old Da. Perturbed woman. I don't know the name Apyahi, but I do know of a strange man. Each day he stands aloof, staring at passers-by with these dead eyes. Last I saw him, he was near the market board. Oh, it makes my stomach turn just to imagine he might still be there. Born? Villains who wish to topple the nations of the world? Afraid I haven't heard of such a group. There are no shortage of complaints about the Sultanate. Most still common gripes about market fees. Yet merchants tell it. Every one of them is a single bad bargain away from an empty coin purse. Can't say that goes so far as treason. Not a bear. 50-odd blokes. More shifty than usual, you mean? Well, just so happens a strange man tried to strike up a conversation with me not too long ago. Said he liked how eagerly I gave those bastards in the brass blades a piece of my mind. He invited me to a gathering of people who sought true freedom, as he put it. I didn't like the smell of it, hence you'll find me here. It seems a suspicious man has been recruiting disgruntled citizens for unknown purposes. Perhaps you can get his attention by showing how angry you are near the market boards. Let me just start by checking the market boards. Jesus, I bet you dollars to dicks I could find cheaper prices in other servers. Where am I supposed to be angry? Wait a minute. Joy. You there? Mind letting me bend your ear? I sense in you a kindred spirit. One who's tired of being trampled on by the high and mighty. I think there's a place for you in our organization. The Passage of the Unbound. You might have heard tell of mysterious artifacts being used to incite unrest around the world. That was our doing. The oppressed finally striking back at the oppressors to win back the freedom they took for us. But we mean to aim even higher. For that, we need more good men and women to lead us. Men like you. As far as I get my own artifact, I'm in. I like your gusto. I hope you have what it takes. I hope you don't. Either way, you'll have to pass the audition first. You want a seat at the table? Prove you're worth our while. One of our own is standing by at the Gold Court. Show him this handbill. He'll lead you to where you need to go. Alright, where is this unbound agent? Near the stairs to the hustings strip. Got it. There's the agent. What do you want? So you wish to lead others upon the passage, eh? You're welcome to try. Fair warning. This may be the hardest trial you've ever had to endure. Are your loins properly girded? That enthusiasm will take you far. Now then, follow me. The audition will be held in this room. Even those with the blackest hearts have balked at what we put our potential leaders through. So I'll be listening to your progress with great interest. Uh-huh. Sure you will. Enter. Hear it? The cry of a child too young to know fear. Can you see it? A black bird in flight, its wings staining the azure sky. Can you feel it? The shape of the world as it should be, molded by hands free of fetters. Passage to a new morrow lies before you. The passage of the unbound! And with that, let's begin the audition for our new round of leaders. The selection committee, please take their seats. The fuck is this? And look at the fucking Lalafell stuffing his face. What the fuck is this nonsense? You look disappointed somehow. I understand. You expected to meet our founder. My apologies, but you'll need to prove yourself ere you are granted such an audience. Now, tell us your name. I'm not answering. Well done. Passage of the Unbound works in the shadows. Our true names must remain hidden until their revelation can have the most dramatic impact. On to the next question. Why do you wish to join us? Want to change the world? If you truly desired that, you would have done something noteworthy by now. We would be ill-advised to recommend a novice for a position of leadership. Enough about your ambitions. What can you do? I can take on anyone or anything in a fight. Anyone can fight. You do know we're trying to topple nations here, don't you? We don't need someone with muscles. We need someone who can grasp the reins of leadership and lead us to victory. That's enough questions for now, methinks. Let's see if this one has the guts to stand against an entire nation. This traitorous curse sold out to our enemies. Chop off his head for us, will you? Oh? What's wrong? Having second thoughts? Oh my. Look at those eyes. A killer's eyes. Well, I'm convinced. You can put that down now. This was all but a ruse, you see. You played the traitor most convincingly, my boy. And now you may leave. Let's see. Oh yes, your final task. Strike a pose that captures your essence. Go! Really? Flex? What the fuck? Oh my. Such confidence. Such grace. They quite literally emanate from you. I believe we are ready to make our decision. Truly are singular among the other applicants. We can confidently say you've passed your first audition. Even hard-boiled Shuttlefight nearly cracked under the pressure of our inquiries. You remain composed throughout. Congratulations on your impressive feat. Our agent awaits without to guide you on to your next step. Well, that was fucking easy. Might as well talk to each of them. I thought selection of candidates this time. Yeah? If you feel you've pulled the wall over our eyes, good. That just shows your capacity for villainy. Be proud of it. I can see in your eyes that you've been through more than I can imagine. Hold on to your anger and use it to bring the tyrannical rulers down to earth. I don't give a fuck about leaving the Hall of the Unbound. There's the agent. thought we'd welcomed you into the fold after a single audition. I'll have you know our standards are higher than that. By the way, if you had failed back there, I'd be guiding you to combat training right now. You never have too much fodder for the cause after all. Not many have been where you're going. But don't celebrate just yet. The hardest part is still to come. Alright, the next job I want to do is one that's always been a tried and true favorite with me. Or at least the one that I enjoyed leveling and the gear for. And that is Red Mage. Seriously, look at this outfit. All right, let's get on with it. Imposing views. You must endure one final test, and seeing how important it is, our founder will be conducting it herself. She was here a moment ago, but something compelled her to leave for the Sagoli Desert. Always has she followed the slightest whim. Show some initiative and find her among those massive dunes. Don't be intimidated. If you're truly meant to lead us, fate arranged this meeting long ago. Off to the Forgotten Spring. Let's fly. Here's the place. There she is. Shake. Spin. Now come. Good boy, good boy. It works as well as I remembered. No beast is too great for the artifact's influence. What are you doing here? Do you fancy strolls amongst nondescript sand dunes? Or is this not a chance encounter? Is that so? My underlings see potential in you? Ah. Well then, let us proceed straight to introductions. Remember my name. The architect of the passage, Apiahi! The fuck is this shit? If you wish to be one of my chosen leaders, there is but one requirement: boundless charisma. Extraordinary strength and unparalleled intellect mean nothing if you lack charm. No one will follow a bore. Yet when spoken with the right tenor, even wicked words can resonate with small folk and rouse them to action. Yeah, I can't work with that accent. They'll gladly throw themselves into the thick of battle for a cause they believe in. Our cause. I did well in forming my first cadre of leaders. Their absolute devotion to indulging their own desires moved even me to tears. For all their faults, I still wholeheartedly believed they were worthy of wielding the artifacts. Make me believe the same about you, and I shall gladly take you under my wing. Okay. Abyahi? Well, now's your chance to impress me. Tell me, what do you wish to gain by overthrowing the nations of the world? Power. Power is the one thing you do not seem to lack. Even so, your ambition drives you to ever greater heights. Such a trait is crucial for one who would embrace wickedness. As for me, I only want one thing: freedom! My village prospered amid nature unrestrained, while those in it were bound by the rules of society. Our roles were determined at birth. Some would hunt, some would weave, but none were allowed to follow their hearts. Obedience meant a life without hardship, yes, but I couldn't suffer the task I was burdened with. So in defiance of those stifling customs, I went into the forest to hunt and returned to my village with a prey mightier than any that had been caught before. For this, I was rewarded with exile. Yet my banishment was a blessing in disguise, for it helped me realize I could survive. I could thrive, unbound by rules. I also understand that many like-minded souls yet suffered under the subjugation of state. I resolved to become an example they could follow, to build the passage that would guide them to freedom. But enough about myself. There is something I wish to see. Follow me, but be wary of the beasts that infest these sands. You gonna get into any fighting or what? As I said, beasts abound in these parts. I could kill them myself, but this presents an opportunity. Let us commence the practical exam. Defeat these creatures by whatever means are at your disposal. Nice. That was a fine show of strength. Fine enough to impress the meek into following you, I dare say. Very good. Now, follow me. You're not followed now. Afyahi? Here we are. I've heard the stars are breathtaking from this vantage. In Ul'dah, they would charge you to view the sky from a place like this. As if there weren't enough hands grasping at our coin purses. Let us wait a while and see if the stories are true. Indeed, it is every bit as beautiful as they say. It was a worthwhile trek, wouldn't you agree? The light from those stars traveled all the way from the edge of the firmament, obstructed by nothing on its journey. Free. I believe people have the same capacity. Each of us a star unto ourselves. The light of our lives illuminating the farthest reaches of the heavens. Ah, yes. Ah, yes. You've passed, by the way. Eh? I knew I wanted you with me soon after our first meeting. Friends and allies gravitate toward you, don't they? I can tell. And so, to honor your induction into my inner circle, I shall award you with an artifact of power unequaled. Is what I would like to say. Unfortunately, my stock of magical objects has been much depleted as of late. Are you truly so crestfallen? I suppose I cannot fault you for staying true to your ambitions. The artifacts wielded by the previous cadre were purloined from across the continent of Rral, where they were enshrined as objects of great power. Alas, we had greater need of them. Mine, however, came into my possession long before that. After I was exiled, I traveled the world to seek a place that was truly free. Disillusioned by every nation I set foot in, I eventually crossed the ocean to Rral. In the remote outskirts of Rral, I came across ancient and forgotten ruins. And within, I encountered the spirit of a Yakoi who called himself the Wise One. I asked the Wise One where I might find freedom, and he told me his story. And he told me this story.
When I yet lived, my people ventured into Rral. But before we could settle there, a terrible sickness struck, and one by one, many lost their lives. I sought a way to conquer this affliction, crafting an instrument that could harness the powers of mighty beasts. Thus was the first treasure created. Alas, I was too late to save my brethren. Yet I knew I could save others from our fate. And so I traveled across the land, bestowing the treasures upon struggling tribes.
I wish to create a place where people bereft of a home can live as they wish. Such a treasure would help me realize this dream. Your conviction is plain to see. That is true.
5 treasures I have bequeathed. But there is one which remains sealed away. Its power is far too dangerous.
My conviction means I can wield it responsibly. I beg you, bestow the treasure upon me. My words must have swayed him, because the spirit's final act was to honor me with the relic before disappearing. I will use the power entrusted to me to shatter the rules that stifle us. That is why I created the Passage of the Unbound. And now you are one of its leaders. Stand by my side, and together we shall release the people of the world from their chains. Only Luna, welcome to the sanctuary, and thanks for redeeming the first. Let us continue. I did not initially intend to spend so much time in these wastes. Do ensure you master that pose I showed you. Although I've only recently invented it, I expect every member to be capable of striking it at a moment's notice. With that, I cordially welcome you to the Passage of the Unbound. What the fuck did I just learn? You have learned the emote Pose of the Unbound. Oh gods. I'm going to truly regret this pose. And I'm probably never going to use it outside of this damn quest line. Well, we might as well try it out. Only once. Alright, so how do you do this? What other new ones do I have? Or that I forgot about. There's Pose of the Unbound. Oh, I forgot I bought Shake Drink. Wait, oh yeah, and when did I get water? Wow, I am forgetting all the emotes that I have bought. Okay. This is the only time I'm doing it outside of any cutscene in this storyline. So here it is. Yeah. No. Anyways, we're on to the next quest, and the next job I want to run as is actually a healer job that I always enjoy leveling, and even now it still remains my favorite. So this time we are going to be running as Sage. I love that I can dye this gear now, because that black and red is choice. Anyway, let's move on with the next quest, Enforcing Freedom. Now that the night sky has energized us, it is time to take action. Our goal is no less than to see every nation of the world crumble. Yet we must start somewhere. I was struck by how much had changed during my most recent visit to Rral, when I gathered the first group of my chosen leaders. At the time I encountered the Wise One, no ruler had united the continent under one banner. Uncertainty was in the air, but so was the scent of freedom. I had never seen a place quite like it. So much did it intrigue me, in fact, that I adopted a Shatona name for myself. Yet now that same freedom that I found so appealing is bound by the restrictions of state. And each day that passes, those binds grow tighter. That is why our first course of action shall be to return Tyrrell to what it once was, to liberate it from the tyranny of Tuliolal. While my previous leaders were avatars of self-indulgence, they never quite grasped the concept of overthrowing a nation. It falls to us to set a precedent for future leaders to follow. Go to Tyrrell and get the lay of the land. Venture to Husatawi in Shaloni and rendezvous with my enforcers at the local tavern. You may await further orders there. Apiahi's scheme has been laid bare. You should bring this information to Rral Majun in Tuliolal. Alright, off we fuck to Tuliolal. Yep. Yes, I could have run down the stairs, but I don't feel like it. I am unbound after all. So dumb. Oh, dumb. Chris, you are returned. Were you able to track down Apiahi? I see. Her methods for testing the mettle of her would-be leaders are as unique as the candidates themselves. Yet learning that her next target is Tuliolal only makes this sinking feeling in my stomach worse. This revelation doesn't come as a complete surprise, you see. We've heard whispers of a plot against the city, and I've been aiding the Landsguard with investigating leads. While you were abroad, some familiar faces showed up to lend a hand. Oh, think of the Vidral. Well, well. Good to see you guys and mostly gals. And Brugavu sent word you meant to pursue Apiahi. You're eager to join the hunt. Yet, right as we were arranging a ship to cross the ocean, we spied a suspicious group disembarking at the port and decided we might better aid you by tracking their movements. They claimed to be looking for work and obtained permission to travel to Shaloni. Yet upon arriving, they went to work of a different sort, asking anyone they could find about Tuliolal and the inner workings of its government and defenses. When not bothering the people of Shaloni, they loaf about in Husatawi. The master of the tavern there said the group spend long hours talking to other patrons, rarely ordering a thing, and going on about some plan. Clearly, they are the enforcers Apiahi mentioned. We need to find out what they're planning and how Apiahi's treasure fits into the picture. Then we can figure out how to stop them. Let's split up. If these enforcers are as talkative as they seem, I'm sure it won't be hard to eavesdrop. Let me help too. I have an idea that might make things easier. But it requires Chris to aid us. I hope you can oblige. Let's do it. Then it's settled. Loshkana, Tepeke. Loshkana, Tepeke and I will work to uncover the nature of Apiahi's treasure. These link bells should make it easier to communicate. I bought them from a foreign sailor, I knew they'd come in handy sooner or later. All right. Once we've discovered something, meet you at the Aetheryte Plaza in Husatawi. Now then, follow me and I'll tell you about this idea of mine. I forgot which voices I used in the previous quest. It's been like weeks since I did that quest line. Maybe a month. I have something that will make our job a lot easier. The Dreamweave cocoon. The village elder understood how much it means to me to bring the unbound to justice for their crimes, and entrusted me to do so once and for all. You've met this Apiahi in the flesh, yes? That means you can use the cocoon to imitate her. You can do that? Why, I was ready to use stealth and deception, but these will make getting the information we need much easier. My thinking exactly. But it will all be for nothing if Apiahi reaches them before we do. So let's make our way to Husatawi at once. There's Husatawi. Probably upstairs, yes. Nope. Oh, here they are. I took a peek inside and saw a few rough-looking types who don't sound Terali gathered around one of the tables. Doubtless they're our targets. There's no one fitting Apiahi's description, so she probably hasn't arrived yet. This is our chance. We can hear everything from out here, so we'll keep watch in case Apiahi makes an appearance. If she does, we'll call you on Ningper. Alright, Chris. Take the Dreamweave cocoon in hand, and in your mind's eye, envision that wicked woman. You will be transfigured into Apiahi. You must remain transfigured in order to progress with quest objectives. You will return from your transfigured status if you move too far away. Okay? And now I'm a bun girl. Ah, well, not the first time. Oh, boss! Wait. You told us not to trust anyone, even yourself. If you are who I think you are, then do the pose. You've all got sore arms from practicing it so much. At least it's not me in physical form. No one but you could strike a pose half as inspiring. You've been waiting, boss. Now that you're here, that means it's time to mobilize, right? You remember what the plan is, right? Of course, boss! We each memorize a different part to make sure we don't forget it! We'll launch our attack from the gates of Tuliolal! Cerulean barrels will blow it to bits in a fantastic explosion! Eldred's concoction will give us the strength to crush the land's god like ants! simple plan for simple villains, don't you think? Keep pressing them for information, Chris. And how will my artifact aid you? What will you be having? Excuse me, we're in the middle of something. Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, mind your business. I've been moving along, so stop trying to bleed us for every coin we have.
Chris, we see the rear Apiahi approaching. Oh, fuck all kinds of duck. We have to buy time. Keep the henchmen talking. You there! Excuse me! I, wouldn't go in there. The drinks are more water than spirits. Is that so? Well, good thing I'm not thirsty. No! The food! There's no food either. They've sold every last dish. What? And they have the gall to remain open? Greed run amok indeed. Luckily, I wasn't planning on ordering anything. I'd rather die than become a paying customer. Have you no shame?
Something else? I didn't think there was. You're supposed to shore up our numbers, right? Said that artifact of yours would give us an army. Well, did it?
Chris! Get out of there! She's coming in! Oh, you're already here. You move quickly. Well, that means we can get started all the sooner. Once Huliolal succumbs to our wrath, together we shall celebrate the return of true liberty to Rral. Now, see to your preparations and then join us upstairs. We strike when I give the order. Lady Michaelis, welcome to the sanctuary. First time. Sorry, I swear I can speak. Looks like you're a first-time chatter as well. So welcome. All right, let's talk with Situl Jha. That was close. I don't know what would have happened if we were found out. We couldn't hear what you were saying while we were trying to distract Apiahi. Did you get anything we can use? That's great! Head to our Tentoawa and the others have just arrived themselves. Let's go meet them. Alright, where did they end up? Oh, behind the building, yep. I heard you ran into Apiahi at the tavern. Tell us everything that happened. I see. My plan is to strike at Tuliolal from the Shaloni side. Then we can focus our defenses there. You said a minion spoke of an army being summoned by her treasure? That matches with the story we heard. It was told to us by one of the Vipers. We hope their expertise in tracking deadly beasts such as the Rral, very source of our treasure's powers, might provide an insight on the capabilities of hers. Apparently, they received reports that creatures across Rral were falling under the thrall of a Shitona woman. Even the most feral of beasts obeyed her like a docile lamb. Like the sandworm, huh? The treasure must give her that power. Well, we now know what our enemy is capable of. I've heard that some animals hunt by hypnotizing their prey with sound, smell, or even magical energy. Perhaps the Vidral, whose essence lies in her treasure, was one of those, but it's difficult to say which. Even so, we know Apiahi's plan and the threat we face. We can prepare for whatever she might throw at us. We'll cut off her advance at Zorgor the Boundless. We'll take everything we have to drive her back. But if we fight as one, neither her nor her beast will take a single step into Tuliolal. I'll stay here for a while and keep an eye on things. If Apiahi makes a move, I'll contact you at once. Can you tell Rral Majun what we've learned? All right, back to Tuliolal. This time I won't run across the roof. Oh, whoops, wrong way. Then I'll just jump over the fence. Hey, I'm unbound. She's bringing an army of beasts to our doors? There's so little time to prepare. And if the treasure can bend ferocious beasts to its will, we must consider the possibility that it can be used on people too. I'll bring this information to the Lands Guard at once, that they may begin readying the city's defenses. I know neither you nor they will let a single citizen come to harm. This is it, Chris. With any luck, Apiahi and her cronies will soon be languishing in cells. 3 down, 1 to go. And the final job I am going to be doing this with like anyone's surprised. I truly enjoyed working with Viper this entire leveling process, from just the job quest line to leveling it up to 100. Viper has become one of my new favorite physical DPS. So it's only natural that the job chosen by our mascot, Meteor, should be the job I do to close out the role quests. So let's get to it with the final quest in our journey, Bar the Passage. You said Tentoawa was keeping watch in Husatawi, right? I suppose no news is good news. Apiahi and our minions are preparing to depart. Time, everyone. We make our stand before the gates of Tuliolal. And here I was hoping that Apiahi would turn herself in. Well, I suppose she'll just have to be brought in by force. She might have that treasure, but she doesn't have our allies. And she certainly doesn't have you. Today we stop the Unbound, and tomorrow we'll welcome a dawn in Tuliolal free of their shadow. All right, so how are we going about this? Oh yeah, the Aetheryte's up here. We'll just head out through the Aetheryte. All right, moment of truth. Although the circumstances that brought us together were less than fortunate, I am confident that in the end we'll be stronger for them. We won't allow the passage of the Unbound to wreak havoc in Tuliolal. Today, Apiahi and her ilk answer for their crimes. Your progress through the battle will be saved at certain points. In the event that you are defeated, you will be able to try again from the most recent of these. Please note that if you enter battles associated with other quests or log out from the game, this progress will be lost. Let's do it. They're here. We knew you were coming, Apiahi. You and your gang of thugs won't be going any further. So you've chosen to join the other sheep, have you? How disappointing. I offered you so much more than the life of a lapdog. I never intended to fight by your side. Of course you'd say that. You are Eorzea's savior, after all. I knew it from the moment I saw you. And I suppose now you're asking yourself why I was so forthcoming with my plans. I wanted you to see what we fight for, to realize the beauty of true freedom, and devote yourself to the pursuit of it as our ally. Alas, your allies only follow you because the treasure has them in its thrall. No one would willingly follow such a reckless leader. Interesting. You think I have the power to command others against their will? Well, don't you? Oh, you are far more foolish than I believed. I would never rob anyone of their freedom. She's gone. Not gone. Here. Look! Bits approach from the Tuliolal side! But how? We committed too heavily to this side, and now she strikes on our blind spot. We must open the gates! The path to a new tomorrow lies ever before us. We need only be brave enough to walk it! Leave this lot to us! You'll tend to the others! Here we go. We have to take care of these beasts before going after behind. Over here, Chris. All right, here we go. As I feared, my creatures cannot live up to the real thing. How about this? This with a single blow. No, I think not. Attacking from above? Devious. Leave this guy to me. The rest of you, focus on the big one! Man, they're just falling all over the place. A tenacious lot, aren't you? Well, I suppose I wouldn't want you to fall too quickly. So many, but we will persevere. I can smother them in flames. Lend me your protection. Scheming, are we? Don't think I'll allow you to do as you please. Crush them over underfoot. I cannot rely on numbers alone. Keep them distracted, my darlings. It'll be fine. Go after Apiahi. Here we go. I might be in trouble. Something a little different this time. Behold the fruits of my travels across Rral. Thanks for the help. Now to catch up Yahi. Don't think you've won yet. You're strong to be sure, but so is this. Send your worst. I won't lose. Don't hold back. My medicines will keep you upright. Limits are just more rules to be broken. That doesn't look good. Worry not. Get behind me and you'll be safe. You survived that? Bah! Even bugs squirm before they die! This'll finish things! We're stubborn as the mud stuck to my sandals! And that alone is not enough to... What? Something's gotten into them! Blowing through this. I admit, I may have underestimated you lots. And while defeating you would be quite the feather in my cap, the gates of Tulialau are a much easier target. Wait! Curses! Then making a run for it. Follow her, Chris! Anything that would obstruct the free world I aim to create will be destroyed! Must you insist on being a thorn in my side? Very well. Then I shall plant the banner of evil upon the corpse of Eorzea's hero, and the meek shall flock to me! Make my fervent desire manifest. Grant me the power to seize undying freedom! Sabro Tender! Very mossy one of that. Oh, here we go. Go forth, my prickly punisher, and crush those who would bind us! My, but what is this sudden, dreadful feeling? Perhaps I haven't been sleeping well of late. This isn't gonna end well. Ow. That kind of hurt. I don't think I want to get hit by that. Oh boy. Yep, I've got my generations, my legacies. Impressive. I expected no less of you, but this farce ends here. Now, mash him to a pulp. I don't think so. So you find comfort in fellowship. At least this will save me the trouble of killing you one by one. This is your moment, my pointy pugilist! Ugh, it's getting even stronger! Keep going, everyone! What? How can you stand before the treasure's might? What are you? Such power. Power that would be welcome within the passage of the unbound. Do not falter, my spiky soldier! Can you withstand this? Oops, went the wrong way. scurry about like rats. Pulverize them with this, my barbarian! Is this poison? Stay away from it! Oh, lagged a bit. No! Even my spiny savior has fallen! I'm not finished yet! I can replenish my ranks! Nice shot. Oh, it was imaginary too. Seems I must admit defeat. Yet know this. I do not believe the ideals for which I fought were misguided. Think back upon the leaders who came before you. Those 5 self-serving souls who dared to live as they please. Each one the perfect image of liberty. Yet ultimate perfection cannot be achieved without ultimate power. That is why we fought. Why we became villains. To tear down the world's nations and their stifling rules so that the voiceless many may speak again. What made you feel this way? Chris has told you already, surely. Yet the exile that emboldened my hatred of meaningless restrictions also led to my awakening. I couldn't have known true freedom without it. And as I traveled the world, I noticed the same thing everywhere I went. That the many were bound by the few. In Gridania, citizens are discouraged from joining hands with their neighbors. In Ul'dah, merchants craft laws to exert their control over others. Even in Limsa Lominsa, once lawless pirates are made to bow to the state. Need I say more? The countless Ishgardians who were tricked into sacrificing themselves when their church fanned the flames of war. The people of the East, whose entire lives are determined by outdated customs and mores. I had to go west to find what I sought. Here in Rral, I lived a life unbound. Or so I thought. After a terrible tragedy, I was forced to find a new home once again. Terrible. What happened? I can scarcely say it. I was asked to pay for my lodgings. What? Hey, you mean you hadn't been paying all along? Why should I have to trade coin for a roof over my head? In my village, charging for something so essential was unthinkable. So long as one followed the rules, that is. For the first time since my exile, I questioned my path. I nigh convinced myself that taking care of my drunken sisters night after night wasn't so bad after all. Where did you live again? No, that doesn't matter. Surely if you can accept trading labor for housing, you can understand the reasons behind trading coin for it. No. Money is just another rule that's used to control us. A rule that I won't accept. I was forced to live on the streets. In my tent, I plotted. The rebellion would start with me and end with the authority of every nation in tatters. Yet one day, after long hours of sowing discontent, I returned to find my tent gone. In its place stood a sign that said, "No vagrancy." The last thing you owned was gone in an instant. That can't have been easy.
I can understand your perspective, Apiahi. But a world where everyone did what they pleased would soon fall to chaos. Laws are the only things which keep us from that. And I know firsthand what it's like to be bound by old rules. Rules whose purposes are sometimes baffling. But you don't have to follow them blindly. If you're dissatisfied, you can work to change them. What you speak of, Apiahi, is not freedom. It is self-indulgence.
So you're saying, if I change the law, I can do whatever I please? That is not what... I can't with this bitch. I can't. I just can't.
Not a word got through to her. Talking anymore would just be a waste of breath.
It's time to put her in chains. This is all you're doing, isn't it? It's time you join the rest of your minions. I won't resist, but this isn't over. Those who share my vision will hear of this injustice, and they will carry on my legacy. The passage of the unbound shall remain open forevermore. Oh my god, so dumb. So dumb. I expected this to end very epically for a very different reason than what we have just seen. Oh, hey, Hodor's here. Yes, hello, love. Was in the middle of a cutscene though, so. Anyway, let's speak with. Let's talk to Shitolja. Your bravery was inspiring, everyone. Apiahi is in the custody of the Landsguard, and her treasure is destroyed. Without their leader and secret weapon, the Unbound may well and truly be finished. We should return to Zibalia of Tea and let Rral Majun know about our victory here. Yes, let's. And let us let her know about the stupid reason why this whole ordeal started. There are words. There are certain words that, in the interest of political correctness, I will not say, that describe this situation right now. Anyway. Lady Michaela's comments. So is this major spoilers for me? I'm new to Final Fantasy XIV. So this is the Dawntrail role questline finale. But if you, I'm not sure how new you are, so it may be that you do remember this at some point and you're like, oh hey, that random dude I watched on Twitch did this like maybe months ago or something like that. And he said that it was really dumb. I don't know. It really depends on your on how memorable this whole freaking quest line has been throughout this entire episode. Anyway, let's talk to Rral Majun. I heard all about your battle with the passage of the Unbound. Leave it to you all not to only capture their leader, but do so without anyone in Tulialal coming to harm. By the way, mages from the Wing of Protection inspected the remains of the beast you fought. Their discoveries were surprising, to say the least. They weren't actually individual organisms, you see, but a collection of minute fungi that had taken the form of familiar creatures. The mages concluded that the Terral Vidral sealed within the treasure was likely once a fungi itself. This explains the sightings of Apiahi traveling with beasts of all sorts at her beck and call. She built her army by finding the fiercest creatures she could and recreating them with the power of the treasure. But you stood against that army without a shade of fear in your eyes. As a token of gratitude, you're all welcome to tacos on the house whenever you're in town. That is all I need to hear. Fuck! Free tacos! Hell yeah! But anyway, speaking of which, I hear Tentowawa and the others will soon be returning to their respective villages. Goodbyes are always bittersweet, but I'm sure they'd love to speak with you one last time. But yeah, I am always down for free tacos. Anyway, Tentowawa? I neglected to mention this earlier, but I was able to convince everyone back home to stop relying on the cradle. My sleepless days are over, but I've been busier than ever. I've looked to Ishgard's knights for inspiration on how to build solidarity among the villagers. We train together and take turns on watch, among other things. Though Azanikwe no longer needs to spend her days abed, and sometimes joins us in our drills. I admit this new life wouldn't be the same without her. A new life for which we both owe you thanks, Chris. We'll keep striving to follow the example you set for us. Loashkana? My people have accepted the fact that we cannot always rely on the heart sting, and even now trained to build on natural resistance to various toxins. It took some time to figure out the right amounts to use, and I admit there were some close calls. But luckily, the heart sting was at our disposal. Yet, I believe that our strength lies in our ability to conquer hardship. I hope one day we can trust in our own abilities. That being said, it's been some time since I had a meal that wasn't laced with poison. I'd forgotten how delicious food could be. Wiki? The others will be glad to hear about how key the Dreamweave cocoon was to our success. And though it seems Apiahi recognized you from the moment you met, it didn't make a difference, did it? It just reaffirms for me that you've more than earned your renown as a hero. I still aspire to become a hunter worthy of Itoka's legacy, and I know it'll take a lot of time and a lot of hard work. For now, I'll focus on keeping my village safe, but I won't stop there. Keep your ears to the ground, Chris, for someday you might hear tales of Koiki, a hunter true. Lady Michaelis just said that her current playtime is 11 days and 12 hours. Okay, not bad. So I'm guessing dollars to donuts, you're probably about... You're well into the A Realm Reborn storyline, probably. But I'm just guessing here. Titoja? Everyone was so brave. My heart always starts pounding when the fighting begins, but I didn't need to worry. Since I'm here in Rral, I'll visit the market before I return to my village. Oh, I almost forgot. Kakusha sent me a letter. He said the authorities have taken his circumstances into account and decided to be merciful. He'll be released soon, and just as promised, my village will be the first place he visits. Everyone's looking forward to greeting him with open arms. If Kakusha agrees to be our protector, then we can come to Tuliolal more often. Tepeke? To think the origin of the treasures lies with the Yokui. Even with such dominating strength as they possessed, they sought still more when their very survival was at stake. My people were afraid of the apex, and so sealed it away within our treasure. But over time, the treasure became as feared as the beast within it. Thus, we never considered using it as a tool to aid us. I've been training hard, and I hope that someday I can help my people view the treasure from a new perspective. It might take a while, but we'll get there. I'm already stronger than the last time we met, right? You don't have to answer, but trust me when I tell you, we won't take the easy road like Virajan. Every bit of progress will earn through hard work. On that note, as much as I'd like to stay, I suppose we all have homes waiting for us. Let's say our farewells to Brukevu and Rral Majun. Yeah, love? Oh, hey, Kodri. What's up? Maybe about 5 more minutes if this questline, if this cutscene is to be any indication, because we're right at the end. See you in a bit. No problem. Glad you got to catch up with everyone. Shall we bring this party to a close then? Yep, let's do it. Be well, everyone. I'll bring Loa Zanikwe next time. I wanted to meet the people who helped us. Stop by my village if you're ever in the region. I'll treat you to freshly hunted boar. Everyone get home safely. We'll meet again soon. I hope I was able to pay back the debt I owe you. If only a little. If you ever need help again, you know how to reach me. It was a long and trying road, but the treasures are finally back in their rightful places. The passage of the unbound, with no one to lead their meager numbers, will fade into obscurity. I'm sure we'll hear no more of them again. Here's to peace and Tulialal. Fools. Basic social considerations? Who needs them? Those pathetic bastards won't even see the yokes around. Don't even see the yokes around their necks. Do you see how nobly Apiahi? As long as I can remember that sight, I'll never turn away from the path she showed us. It's up to us to continue what she started. We don't need those artifacts to bring down nations. We'll find a whole new kind of weapon. The passage of the unbound shall remain ever open. It will be there to guide others upon it. There are more of you? Criminals, over here! Yeah, probably the better idea to do. By the gods, run! We can't be caught here! That's the best idea you've had all fucking night, Rral. I don't know why my character's looking worried. I would have laughed at this shit. Anywho, with that being said, a new chapter of New Game Plus has been added. We've unlocked the achievement, A Passage Rebound. We've obtained the Bright Bustle Orchestrion role. And we are finally done with the Dawntrail role questline. Woo! What a day! But now I want tacos. I don't have any I guess free tacos is just something in the storyline. That's a bummer. Anyways, lots to do and only a little bit of time to do it. We're gonna be doing the rest of the night as a chill stream in just a quick moment. But for now, that is it for the episode. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this. If you're watching on Twitch, stay tuned for some chilling out. But if you like the live stream and want to see more of it, please, for the love of God, feel free to hit that follow button and turn on notifications so you're well informed. If you're watching the highlight on YouTube and you like this video, click the like button below and leave a comment. Subscribe by clicking here and click the bell icon for notifications. Click here to watch more. Click here to watch the full role, all of the role quest lines I've done for Dawntrail, and click here to watch whatever I put up or whatever I put up most recently. Until next time, we'll see ya.